fight the fight, breaking down the walls in the dead of night. I don't come for peace, I come for the storm. Fanboys melt quick when the truth gets warm. Solve content's high, I'm collecting those tears. Just got started but I'm cutting through fears. I'm not here for brand deals, I'm not for sale. I expose your lies, rip off the veil. You can cry in the comments but you won't survive. Like and subscribe if you feel that vibe. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilantes calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies, just truth and fire burning in our eyes. Homelessness lost in Nintendo's dream, delusional faith blinded by the gleam. Defends every flaw like it's a sacred cause, but his blind devotion's just breaking laws. Player SS brings no honor or pride, throws family shade when he's running to hide. No integrity, just bitterness and spite, but the vigilante's here to set it right. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilante's calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies, just truth and fire burning in our eyes. Cast guys, fake words can't hold the line. Sony fanboys smoke but his reviews don't shine. Switch for shields, the corporate game, selling hype and spin while we call out the shame. Dark trays and Nintendo fanboys stuck on repeat, says the same old lines like a broken beat. Recycling words, no fresh insight, but we break through the noise and bring the fight. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilante's calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies, just truth and fire burning in our eyes. If you're tired of fake, if you're done with the spin, join the fight, let the real talk begin. We're here for the truth, no need to hide, so make sure to like and subscribe. I'm the angry vigilante here to fight the fight, breaking down the walls in the dead of night. I don't come for peace, I come for the storm. Fanboys melt quick when the truth gets warm. Solve content's high, I'm collecting those tears. Just got started but I'm cutting through fears. I'm not here for brand deals, I'm not for sale. I expose your lies, rip off the veil. You can cry in the comments but you won't survive. Like and subscribe if you feel that vibe. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilante's calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies, just truth and fire burning in our eyes. Homelessness lost in Nintendo's dream, delusional faith blinded by the gleam. Defends every flaw like it's a sacred cause, but his blind devotion's just breaking laws. Player SS brings no honor or pride, throws family shade when he's running to hide. No integrity, just bitterness and spite, but the vigilante's here to set it right. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilante's calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies, just truth and fire burning in our eyes. Cast guys, fake words can't hold the line. Sony fanboys smoke but his reviews don't shine. Switch for shields, the corporate game, selling hype and spin while we call out the shame. Dark trays and Nintendo fanboys stuck on repeat, says the same old lines like a broken beat. Recycling words, no fresh insight, but we break through the noise and bring the fight. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilante's calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies, just truth and fire burning in our eyes. If you're tired of fake, if you're done with the spin, join the fight, let the real talk begin. We're here for the truth, no need to hide, so make sure to like and subscribe.
Hello, everybody. How is it going? We got Venom Gaber. Hello, hello. Trudus fan. Hi. AVS, how are you? I am doing wonderful. So sorry I'm running late today. I know we are like an hour late and it's my fault. I was getting caught up when it came to getting the view or not getting the videos ready for today. Well, I'm going to switch over. Where's it at here? Okay. Because this is way faster. This is supposed to be. Collecting those tears. Yes, we are there, DBZ Nation. You know, DBZ Nation, I am going to be reacting. Why the hell is my head down so damn far? I'm like, there we go. DBZ Nation, yo, first time stream ever. Oh, thank you so much there, Draconic Darkness. Thank you. Welcome. But DBZ Nation, I'm going to be reacting to one of Player Essence getting completely embarrassed by a troll. And Player Essence actually accuses you of being the troll on a sock account. Did you have a sock account there, DBZ Nation, and you went and trolled Player Essence at all? Because it was awesome. He completely embarrassed Player Essence. Player Essence definitely looked bad. It was awesome. Then we got Django Fett. Morning, AVS. Good morning there. Well, let's get into the salt. Where is it? Oh, wrong one. Nope, that's not it. Okay. I need to go over here. Oh, it's just the picture I forgot.
Ladies and gentlemen, the console war is over. Nintendo won years ago, and they will continue to win unless the industry changes.
Well, good job. The console war may be over, but now it's the plastic war because now you guys actually have to compete with mobile and with PC.
In a big way.
That's a...
Somehow, should I believe you there, DBZ Nation? Should I? Okay, I believe you, man. Maybe it was some random person.
big statement, but hear me out. I'm not saying consoles as a whole are dying, and I'm not saying PlayStation and Xbox will stop making games altogether.
Well, with PlayStation selling over 80 million consoles, I seriously doubt it. And with Microsoft selling the amount of games they've been selling, I seriously doubt that too.
What I am saying is that as prices continue to rise and exclusives become less exclusive, the proposition value of a traditional console is starting to fade, but not for Nintendo.
We're gonna do a little exercise here. Think of all of the exclusive PlayStation 5 and Xbox games you can.
Well, don't worry. Nintendo may be having to put their games on third party. Only time's gonna tell. If they can hold out and what the heck is that person saying? PFFT lie right off the bat. Yep, I agree there. But don't worry, one day Nintendo is going to have to put their exclusives onto PC. Just you wait. It will happen one day.
I'll give you a bit. You're thinking? All right, now any of those that came to PC, cut those. Now any of those Xbox exclusives that also came to PlayStation, cut those.
Okay, we get it. Yes, Nintendo currently is the only one that has exclusives. But you think that's going to stay like that forever? You do understand that Nintendo keeps trying to push the $80 limit. Just wait until they normalize their actual $80 games. And then they see the sales tank. Just you wait. It wasn't like Mario Kart World sold that many based off of that $80 price tag.
What are you left with? Not a lot. No. There's not many. Now I'm going to read to you almost all the exclusives that have come to the Nintendo Switch in the last 5 years.
Okay, let's hear it.
Animal Crossing New Horizons, Paper Mario, The Origami King, Bowser's Fury, Mario Golf.
Oh, I love how he says Bowser Fury instead of Super Mario 3D Land. What a joke.
Super Rush, Mario Superstars, Metroid Dread, New Pokemon Snap, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond.
Yep. We're looking. We are looking. You do notice that, to be honest, there's not that many. If you look at all the other exclusives that they reported over from the Wii U, it makes it way more. Yep, we see them. We get it. And not all of them were great. Pokemon Legends ZA was a freaking joke.
World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Metroid Prime 4, Zelda Hyrule Warriors, Pokemon
get
Legends
on with
EA.
it.
You get it.
Yes, we get
I
it.
needed that paper.
Yes, there are a lot of Nintendo Switch games that can only be played on a Nintendo console. Everyone knows this. It's why
I mean, no, most of those games you listed off, they actually can be played elsewhere. There is other ways. There is a thing called emulation that you're forgetting.
I bought a Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 on day one. That's why as of now, I will
Congratulations.
always buy Nintendo consoles. The value proposition for a Nintendo console is multiple high-quality first-party games in any given
I mean, since the Switch 2s came out, can you name 3 at least? I can only name 1, and I wouldn't even really recommend it at $60.
year. Since the Switch 2 came out in June, Nintendo has put out Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Kirby Air Riders, Pokemon Legends EA, and Metroid Prime 4. Meanwhile, PlayStation has
And not all of those were high quality. Pokemon Legends ZA definitely ain't.
released Death Stranding 2 and Ghost of Yotei, two great games that will undoubtedly come to PC next year. There was a time when exclusives were the biggest selling point for all three consoles. I bought an Xbox 360 because I thought Gears of War looked rad and I knew Halo 3 would only be on the 360. I bought a PS4 because
Well, at the time it was only on the 360. You are correct. Now, I have firmly admitted that when it comes to exclusives, yes, they do sell the hardware, but as Xbox and PlayStation have both figured out, it is way more lucrative to go full third party. You know, Nintendo is so far the last holdout. I do think one day they will actually sit here and do it. I really do. One day their sales will finally take a hit where they are forced to.
I wanted to play Naughty Dog's next game. That simply isn't the case anymore. With little patience, I can play nearly every PlayStation and Xbox exclusive on Steam. Not even
I mean, with little patience, you eventually can play them on PC also, for being honest here. You know, you don't need to go get Nintendo to play their exclusives. Most of them already are on PC.
just on my PC, but on a unified storefront.
For the first time, I think ever, I've taken my Xbox and packed it up. I don't use my Xbox. I haven't used it in a long time. I don't need to use my Xbox. Now, I understand the pain of building a PC, setting up a PC. It's a lot of work. It can be a little finicky. Something might go wrong.
But let's dig a little deeper though. A lot of people don't buy a console just
Oh yeah, I can see why you pissed off most of the PC community. I can definitely see why with that one.
for the exclusives. A big selling point is the reasonable price tag and convenience of owning a console over a PC. I like the idea of
Yes, the consoles may be a reasonable price tag, but let's not pretend those games are. Come on here.
having a piece of tech that is designed
And have you seen the Xbox as of late? I want to say, you have the Xbox on screen. I want to say that that's very reasonable.
for playing games first and foremost, but even this argument is starting to erode. The Xbox Series X has only gotten more expensive since it launched in 2020, and the PS5 Pro is $750. Sure, you may not be able to find a PC at a similar price range.
From what I heard, you can build a PC at the same level as a PS5 Pro for that price. Just from what I heard. Now, I'm not a PC tech person, so I don't know. I will just take their word on it.
That packs the same punch as a PS5 Pro, but graphically we're starting to split hairs here. Do you remember that PS5 Pro video where Mark Cerny would zoom in like 5 times to show that the image was a little bit sharper as a
Yeah, that does not look like it needs to be $250 worth more. Okay, yes, the PS5 Pro slightly looks better, but not $250 better. Hell no.
PS5 Pro owner? I'll
Not including with a disk drive if you want that. What's up there, A1K300? How's it going? Thank you for being a member.
be the first to admit that this is getting ridiculous. Look, there will always be a market for folks who want the best possible frame rates and resolutions, but as consoles and PC parts get more and more expensive, I have to imagine this contingent will shrink even further.
But I think it gets even more complicated when you consider the Steam Machine coming out early next year, or the first half of next year. To me, this thing kind of represents where consoles are going in the future, right?
Yeah, I got my own feelings when it comes to the Steam Machine. I was excited, but until I get that price point, I'm not excited just yet. I am very worried. I have a video coming out today about the Steam Machine. Some people are probably going to like it, some people are not.
We are seeing a world where pretty much there's no such things as exclusives aside from Nintendo. Those are coming to everything. They're coming to Steam. You get a Steam machine, in theory, you'd have access to most of PlayStation's exclusive library, all of Xbox's exclusive library. Sure, not all of those games come out day and date. I think a lot of Sony exclusives, they like to wait 6 months, sometimes a year.
And most of them are willing to wait that 6 months. And I don't think they're going to have to wait much longer for the Switch 2 to be able to play the Switch 2 games on PC. I'm actually looking forward to the thing being hacked. You know, not really for emulation. If people want to emulate, that's their thing. But I am looking forward more to the game being, or the system being hacked, so we can data mine the games. So we can hold Nintendo accountable just like we did with Pokemon Sword and Shield with that whole National Dex bullshit that they did.
But I think considering everything Steam has going for it, the draw of buying a PlayStation day one because you need to play a specific game kind of isn't appealing anymore, especially.
Not really. You're completely correct. It's not really appealing. PlayStation lost that a long damn time ago. When they sat here and tried to chase that live service trend, that's when they lost it.
Especially when they're only releasing like 2 to 3 exclusives a year.
And looking ahead, it sounds like the
I wouldn't even go 2 to 3 to be honest. Yeah, we can count Death Stranding, but that wasn't like that was PlayStation. Okay, that was Kojima.
next Xbox console and PlayStation 6 are catering to that hardcore audience who want the highest fidelity, at least based on what we know so far, which is not much. But as the line between consoles and PCs blur, the value proposition for a console gets thinner and thinner and thinner.
Very true, because they keep jacking them up in price, especially with Xbox going that route.
Especially as the price closes in on $1,000. Times are tough and folks are
They have not closed in on $1,000 just yet, my guy. That's fear mongering. We have not had a console actually go to $1,000. Let's not be disingenuous here.
starting to get priced out of this. And look, if you're willing to spend that much on a console, when does it make more sense to just bite the bullet and build a PC or get a Steam machine? The cherry on top being that Steam
That all depends on that price. That thing comes out at $1,000 or $800, absolutely not.
is way more consumer friendly than Sony or Microsoft.
Shit, now with the rumors we've been hearing about the price of the Steam machine, now I'm not going to sit here and blast Steam just yet for it, but once they finally release that damn price, which should be coming soon, they have not came out and said that they're pushing out the release date of it. They said it was supposed to be in the early of 2026, and guess what? We're in 2026.
But I also think there's something else here that I don't think a lot of people talk
How's it going there, Maximus 2400? What's up there? Thank you for being a member, man.
about, and it is how Nintendo operates as a company versus less so PlayStation, but
let's hear
especially
this one.
Microsoft.
There's a reason why Nintendo games are generally higher quality experiences.
Yeah, they're not higher quality. Just because they refuse to drop the price does not make them higher quality. Now, yes, they do have some higher quality games. I will say Super Smash Brothers. I will say The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, no matter how much I hate that damn combat that they did with the survival bullshit mechanics. Metroid Dread is amazing. They do have some very high quality exclusive games. I will sit here and agree to that. But to make it seem like most of them or all of them are like that, absolutely not.
There are exceptions, sure, but Nintendo exclusives are well-designed, polished games that feel like premium products.
Have you seen or played the Pokemon games? They ain't no premium products. Now they got some, yes, but all of them or most of them, no.
Aside from a Pokemon game here or there,
There
I've
you go.
never picked up a Nintendo game concerned that it may not work. Sure,
Actually, I will agree with you on that one. I have not really picked up a Nintendo game, wonder if it's going to work, but I have picked up many Nintendo games, wonder if it was actually going to be good quality or not for the price that they wanted to pay.
Nintendo games might not be for you, and that's totally fine, but they are more consistent than Sony and way more consistent than Microsoft, especially when you consider the sheer volume of exclusives they put out. The way I see it, there are two reasons for this. One, Nintendo isn't trying to chase cutting-edge graphics and instead opting
Well, the reason why they got to push out so many first-party titles is because they can't rely on the third-party like Xbox and PlayStation were able to do. They were forced to put out more titles.
for distinct art styles. These past couple generations have really shown how
I mean, I guarantee you, if PlayStation or if Xbox would have been throwing out so many first party titles, eventually some of them would have been top tier sellers eventually, you know.
Higher fidelity presentation leads to longer development time.
Oh, Matthew Buckley sent a gifted member to Rush Patriot. Thank you so much, man. Let everybody know that you're thankful.
Bigger teams and larger
Or I'm sorry, everybody tell him thank you.
budgets. By doubling down on artistic style, Nintendo has largely been able to avoid this side of development.
I love a good Sony AAA experience. Ghost of Yotei was a lot of fun. Big fan of The Last of Us, but those games take so long to make, and they're only going to take longer unless the technology or workflow changes, right? So production budgets are expanding their...
Well, stop making the game so damn big. That will sit here and help out. Like, we are all perfectly fine with a smaller scale game. We do not need these massive open world type games here.
Ballooning, but also it requires way more.
And maybe if they weren't focused on that live service push, maybe it wouldn't take them so long to make the damn game.
More staff. You need hundreds, if not thousands of people working on these games. And
also stop spending resources remastering upon remaking. And then maybe they would get the games out quicker.
Costs just keep going up and up and up.
Now, too, and probably more importantly, Nintendo doesn't lay people off. At least...
Oh, that's bullshit. They laid off, what was it, like 200 employees in South America? They may not lay off people often, but there were 200 Nintendo employees. Yes, they were contracted, but they were still laid off nonetheless.
Not in the same way Microsoft has this year. Institutional knowledge...
Well, if we're being honest here, Microsoft is one of the most extreme ones of laying people off. You could say that with any company. Well, Sony. Okay, you could have set off with Sega. I don't even know if Sega ever laid off that many people. They might have because they had to cancel their hardware division. But this is a very extreme example right here from Microsoft. Come on, man. You're trying to make it seem like Nintendo was so much better because they don't lay off people like Microsoft did. Come on. Sony's the same way. Yes, Sony has laid off people, but they've never laid off 9,000 to my knowledge like that.
Knowledge is a thing, and when you're constantly bleeding employees and relying on contract work, a lot gets lost in the mix. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild exists because developers like Eiji Aonuma have been working on Zelda for decades. Now, obviously there are some cultural differences at play here, but that doesn't change the fact that Nintendo has consistently put out some of the best games of all time in just the last decade.
Yes, Mario Odyssey was absolutely amazing. You had the Xenoblade Chronicle games that made me love JRPGs again. So yes, they did make some amazing games, but they also made some shitty games.
So look, I'm not here saying that, in 10 years, Xbox and PlayStation are going to be gone and Nintendo will rule everything. I don't think that'll be the case. I think there will still be plenty of Sony developed and published games. I think there will still be hardware from both Xbox and Sony. I'm less confident about Xbox than Sony. I think the PlayStation 5 has sold like 84 million units at this point, so I think Sony is safe. But
of course Sony is safe. Saying that Sony's gonna fail is just being unrealistic here. They sold 80-something million consoles. Even if they don't sell another console, that's still successful right there.
What I am saying is that this proposition value of consoles, of platforms, is getting very nebulous. There is less and less of a reason to spend almost $1,000 on a console when you...
Come on, there is no console that's almost $1,000. Let's not be disingenuous here. Now, I will sit here and say this. Even if every single platform was third party, let's just say, for instance, all full third party can get any game anywhere. The only way I can see a console actually surviving is if they were somehow able to make the unit cheaper than what it would cost to build a PC. That is the only way I see them surviving in the future. And unless a person that does PC like Steam, because the only way you can make a console cheaper, take a loss on it to be able to subsidize it, is you have to have a storefront to be able to make up some type of sales somewhere. So the only ones I could see for PC doing that is Steam, Epic, and GOG, and I don't think GOG makes enough, and neither does Epic. So that would leave Steam, and with the rumors of the Steam machine, that ain't gonna happen either. So I don't see anybody on the PC side willing to take that loss to create something like that. I really don't.
You can build a PC, get way more out of it. Meanwhile, over here, we have Nintendo, which is still kind of fulfilling that proposition value of a console. You buy a Nintendo console and you have access to a bunch of exclusives that you can only play there.
Most of those exclusives you can play on PC, but you're also negating to tell everybody that Nintendo is the one pushing for those $80 games. So why are you being disingenuous like this, my guy?
It gives me a reason to buy a Nintendo console.
And look, I'm not saying that every platform holder needs to become Nintendo. Nintendo has its fair share of issues that are worth examining and criticizing, and their business strategy can't be replicated. I'm also not saying to ditch your consoles and go out and build a PC right now. What I am saying is that now, more than ever, especially as prices continue to rise, there are fewer and fewer incentives to buy into the Xbox or PlayStation ecosystem.
Well, there's almost no incentive to buy into the Xbox ecosystem, and that has nothing to do with them not having exclusives, just because their hardware is too damn expensive. Even the one last shining thing for Xbox was Game Pass, and that's not even worth it anymore. But PlayStation, I mean, if you want to be able to play modern AAA gaming at a reasonable price of $500, then yes, PlayStation is still the place to go. The Switch 2 they don't have the modern AAA third-party games just yet. They do have some, but they haven't been getting them day and date just yet. They have had some, but until the Switch 2 can get those games day and date, I don't see them taking it away from PlayStation at the moment.
The only console that still consistently gives me a reason to turn it on is my Nintendo Switch 2.
When the next Xbox and the PlayStation 6 come out, honestly, I may not buy them. And that'll be the first time.
I don't think I'm going to buy them either. It all depends on the price. We'll have to see.
Since the PlayStation 2 and Xbox, that'll be the first time ever. Not even that. That'll be the first time ever where I'm not going to get the big Xbox and PlayStation console because there's just not a reason to. There's not a reason. But I will still be purchasing Nintendo consoles if they continue this business strategy. So is the
Okay, good. We are almost done with this guy. I know this video's old. I missed it last week. Didn't find out about it until afterwards. So that's why I'm reacting to it now.
console war over? Has Nintendo won? Let me know in the comments below. And for more end of year and game of the year coverage, stay tuned to GameSpot.
Now I can see why he got so much hate. But yep, that's the end of that one. So let's go read the chats. Let's go read them. Okay, let me see. What the? Why is it blank? Alrighty. Let's. That's weird. I need to restart over. Oh, well. Let's go. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Yeah. Okay, that one's still there. Okay. What the? Why is it? Okay, this is just being weird. Sorry, guys. Alrighty. So let's read off the chats. All right, let's see where I left off. Sorry, my thing is just acting up. I'm using a new program right now, so I'm sorry, guys. All righty. We are right here. Player Essence is an emotional mess. It's really sad. Exactly, DBZ Nation. Yeah, and their exclusives they have are still crap. Most of them are. Some are still good. I just hope that Splatoon Raiders is actually worth getting a Switch to. I'm hoping that game's actually going to be good too. We'll see. Adea B, true. Okay, yep. Pokemon Legends ZA was an embarrassment. Nintendo should be ashamed. Oh, I completely agree, DBZ Nation. Hello there, Shiverstar U. How's it going? If it's bland open world game with chores in it, I'm not going to be happy. I agree. Pokemon ZA scared me away when I saw the release. I can't see why people still bought it. It blows my mind. Luckily, I rented it. Yeah, and exclusives need to end. Going third party is the best option. Yep, most likely that's going to happen. Setting up a PC is not hard. I will take your word on it. Well, my friends, got it. And they are super casual and they enjoy Pokemon ZA. More power to them for enjoying the game, but the other one is annoyed that they have to make donuts in the DLC. Oh, I would be too. Sup, VG, what's up there? A1, oh, I already told you what's up. To be fair, he is right about the prices, but Switch 2 sucks for the price it is. Oh, well, especially because Japan gets a cheaper unit. I'll still stand by that one till I die. Back earlier last year, you could build a competent rig using Steam OS for around the price of a MK2 Switch. I don't know what MK means. Switch 2 needs a lower price. That would be nice, very true. But Nintendo are going to stick to their guns till it collapses. Exactly. Switch 2, or I read that. Black Friday showed the Nintendo fanboys the truth, and they're still delusional. Very true. Nintendo Prime and Player Essence were doing some heavy damage controlling over the weekend. Oh, I know they were. Trust me. I'm not going to get into Player or Nintendo Prime because I don't really watch his live stream since he puts them on. I can't watch them afterwards, so because he puts them on members only. I'm not going to sit here and I'm not paying for that. It's not going to happen. They need to make their game physical again and get rid of the anti-consumer nonsense. I agree. Bring back the human connection in their games and ecosystems. Yep. What's up, Maximus 2400? Good morning there, Dragon Knight Dragonborn. Hyperstar Cage. I'm starting to just abandon new modern gaming. I understand. Pokemon Legends ZA is terrible. Very true. I do not admit the new Mario Tennis, or I do admit the new Mario Tennis looks cool, but not for me. Actually, I'm a little interested in it. We'll find out. I used to be so excited for these game releases. Me too. After that check price leak, Valve needs to come out and say, here's the actual MSRP for the 512 gig model, and here's the MSRP for the 2 terabyte version. I agree, but there is a reason why. Oh, and we just got 5 more gifted members. Who gave us 5 more gifted members here? Oop. Oh, now it's working. I was wondering why it didn't work. Matthew Buckley sent 5 gifted members. Thank you so much, Matthew. Well, everybody tell Matthew thank you. We as gamers deserve better. Very true. Or learn to better compress your game so they don't bloat system spaces. Agreed. Yeah, stop the remaster route. Exactly. Like, I don't mind remasters. We just don't need another remaster of a game that's already been remastered to hell and back. Nintendo does lay off people. That's BS. That's true. They just don't do it. They don't do it as often, but not as egregious as Microsoft, because no one does it like that. I'm tired of playing the same game. Me too. What's up there, Hylian Bull? Yes, that's true, but last year was full of doo-doo. The title would disagree, man. True. Who's the guy? It's GameSpot. He literally wrote Nintendo won the console war. Yep. Oh. Cheers there, Benjamin. War never changes. Yep. I honestly think the guy is salty with all the fake Nintendo is getting, to be honest. With all the flack Nintendo is getting. Yeah, it could be. Wait, who, me? Or are you talking about the guy I'm reacting to? I'm saying to go back to retro and other stuff. Hey, I understand. I messed when Xbox had backwards compatibility. I understand. Nintendo won Nintendo won final boss agreed. Very true. What did we get here? We got something else? Oh, PokeFan redid their membership for 2 months. Thank you, PokeFan. They won main antagonist of gaming. True. It's Monday issues. Very true. Fatherless Essence need. Oh, okay, come on. Maximus 2400. There's no need for that one. Okay. No need at all. Yeah, the Switch 2 failed miserably. What's up, ABG? What's up there, Stephanie? It's what the Switch 2 really is. The same thing as the first one with partially revised hardware. Very true. What's up there, awesome boss? You way to go, my man. I don't know what you mean by that one there. Draconic Darkness. Hi, what did I miss? Oh, you missed me reacting to GameSpot. All these YouTubers keep saying we won't get 3D Mario this year because of Donkey Kong, which I'm sick and tired of hearing. I understand. We may not. Only time will tell. Hey, Vigilante, how are you this morning? Hello, PokeFan. I'm doing great. How are you? Okay, what shenanigans is going on here? Well, Chaos Raziel, we're just reacting, or I was reacting to good old GameSpot. The guy in the video. Okay, got you. Nintendine has been dropping some good content lately. Oh, yes, he is. He inspired me to do one of the videos. Because I thought it was funny, too, that before they were saying that the launch lineup was better than the rest. And now they're saying, oh, it's because they didn't have any big heavy hitters. I know Prime used to paygate his live streams, but recently he stopped with that. What's paygate? I don't know what you mean. You're talking about when he puts them to members only? He may have to change it back again, but he had to switch them to public a month or two ago. Well, whenever he goes live and someone says like, oh, he's talking about you, I'll go on there and it'll be like, it says that it's a member only. All righty. Let's get into the rest of it. Oh, gonna brew some coffee and watch the show. Good morning, all. Good morning there, Matthew. All righty. Let's get on back. Let's hope that it works.
I tend to Twitter search my name. And a lot of people who want to take the piss out of me act like that's some kind of weakness. I'm like, bitch, if you were as well known as...
I'm sorry. I just realized that it's not showing the guy's face, but I'm reacting to a developer that had a meltdown. Just found out about this last week also.
As I am, and I ain't that well known, you'd be fucking searching your name too. Because it's interesting. It's fun.
I mean, yeah, if I needed content, like, yeah, because we're content creators. If I was as popular, if I needed something to do for a video, I would probably research my name to see what people are saying. I'll completely agree.
Fun. I'm curious. Well, you know what? I saw this one today. Cory Barlog, I'm so tired of this narrative. Let me tell you something. Cory Barlog is much more truly the creator of God of War than David Jaffe. But for some reason, they pretend to care about the opinion of someone who worked on at most 2 games in a franchise with several games even before the Norse Saga. Well, I did work on a few more than 2, but that's fair. That's a fair assessment of.
I honestly have no idea who this is. I just saw someone reacting to him, so I thought it would be good because he had a meltdown.
My contributions. Bitch, motherfucker, there ain't no God of War without me. There ain't no goddamn God of War without me, all right?
Okay, so you worked on a couple of them. Congratulations.
Cory Barlog, Eric Williams, Derek Daniels, Shannon Studstill, Tim Moss, Ken Feldman, Charlie.
And guess what? There wouldn't be no God of War without us because we bought it. We paid for it. You can create all you want, but to keep it going, you need people to buy it. So why are you getting mad at people for saying that? Just go with it. Mess with them. There's no need to get all triggered.
Win, Cecil Kim, Max Ankar. I could go on and on and on. There are many papas to Kratos, but there's only one papa to God of War, and that's me, bitch. Not only.
But without Kratos, there would be no God of War. So you could sit here and say there's many papas to Kratos, but only one to God of War. Doesn't matter. Without Kratos, there would be no God of War.
Not only did I do God of War, I did Twisted Metal. I also did some goddamn games that...
Yeah, how well did that last Twisted Metal work out? Were you on that one? Because we still haven't got one since the PS3.
Weren't so successful, but I still made them. So I'll tell you something. I like Cory Barlog. He's a good fella. And this is not against Cory. This is against this prick here and a bunch of pricks like this that take this on Twitter. But let me explain something to you.
Okay, see, if you're going to get triggered like he's going to get, then no, you should not be researching your name. If you can't joke around with it, then yeah, don't be researching your name out there. Honestly, I had no idea who you were before this.
And Cory probably will. When Cory announces his next game and it becomes a big fucking hit, then you can say Cory has now done what Jaffe's done. Okay? Or at least 1.5 of what Jaffe's done. I put 2 of the biggest goddamn franchises out on PlayStation, and they came to life through the talents and brilliance.
What? 2 are you talking about? Are you talking about Twisted Metal? I would not say that that's a massive franchise. They haven't done anything with this since the PS3. They really haven't done much with this since the PS1. There are many other Sony IPs that are way more popular than Twisted Metal, for being honest here. I like Twisted Metal, but let's not hype you up already. Okay, nah, man, you got to tone it down a bit. You're not up there because of Twisted Metal. I promise you that one.
Of a lot of people, but they were conceived and created by my goddamn brain pan. And I'll tell you something, when Cory's new game comes out and it's a big hit, and I'm sure it will be, excellent. Then give him his flowers. But back the fuck up, you little stupid Ignatz Knox whore at the moment.
Oh, boo hoo. Someone's getting a little triggered. Okay, let's look up this Corey Barlow guy, because honestly, I'm not good with names here. Let's see. What games has he created? What games has Corey Barlow? Corey. I hope I'm saying his damn name right, but that's how he said it. Barlow. Corey Barlow was included with God of War 2 in the acclaimed God of War reboot, also serving as the creative director for God of War Ragnarok and Ghost of Sparta. His earlier career focused on animations for games like X-Men Mutant Academy, which was good, I liked it, and Backyard Wrestling. He also worked on the Tomb Raider reboot. Okay, so yeah, he's worked on some very good games. Let's see here. What games has David Jaffe made here? David Jaffe. David Jaffe is best known as the director and designer behind the iconic Twisted Metal and God of War series. Okay. Creating beloved franchises for Sony with his key directional roles, including the original God of War 2, Twisted Metal Black, and the PS3. Okay, Twisted Metal Black was good. PS3, man, no, that one was trash. He also designed games like Mickey Mania and Kinetica, and later directed Dawn to Death. I have not even heard of those four, so I'm assuming those are the ones that bombed. So yeah, man, you have not made you I'm sorry, my guy, but you peaked over almost 2 decades ago. Okay. Yeah, you peaked 2 decades ago, man. You haven't created something worth really talking about in 2 decades. I'm sorry to tell you that, my guy.
Okay, because there ain't many people that can do what I did. And there aren't. There's a few individuals.
I mean, I'm sorry, man, but some of those games you created were not that top quality. So creating a not so top quality average game, there are many people that could probably do that, my guy.
Individuals that have made more than one big franchise, but there ain't a lot.
Okay, I'm sorry, my guy, but Twisted Metal hasn't been big since the PS1. We can pretend like it was big before, but the PS3 one did not do that well. That's just something you're going to have to accept. You weren't even in on the ones on the PS1, because when I just looked up your name, it said that it was the Twisted Metal Black and the reboot one. So you weren't even on the Prime ones back when it was Twisted Metal 1, 2, and 3 for the PS1.
So settle down, whore. I'd say, Jeff.
Oh, my guy, you're the one that needs to settle down. You got to take the criticism, man. If you're going to be this soft, man, you need to get off Twitter. You shouldn't even be on Twitter being this soft, man.
He's one of the biggest names in gaming. He created God of War, Kratos. You can't fuck with that. You goddamn right. People tend to forget Jaffe could have easily stayed as Santa Monica Studios, sit back, rake in the money, and show up in the credits as executive.
Well, maybe you should have. Maybe we'll be still getting the God of... I actually enjoyed the God of War Greek games more than I enjoyed the Norse games. Maybe we would still be getting more of those, but you chose the left to go create something that didn't do that well.
Producer, you goddamn right. I didn't do that because I wanted to make a lot more money and I was stupid. I could have made a lot more money staying at Sony. And let's be clear, that's not to knock. That's not to knock the work of all these brilliant people that allowed me to express what was in my head and improve it. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? But there's a point where I have to call bull.
Well, I mean, you can express it all you want. It didn't do that well.
Shit. And this is that point. It's not a new Jaffe Darth Nugget. I'm tired of all these fucking morons. I could have stayed in the business. I could have kept doing that shit, but to what end?
Why didn't you? You chose not to, so why are you flipping out that someone sat here and said all this stuff about you? My God, man, you just need to calm yourself. You need to calm the fuck down.
To what end? My last game was not a success. It was a big fucking failure. And I...
Oh, that's completely noticeable. We all can see that one.
Loved it, man. I fucking loved Drawn to Death. I thought it was great. Sometimes you got to know when it's time to get off the goddamn stage. Nothing wrong with that.
You obviously didn't know that when you made the game that flopped, apparently. I don't even know what game it is, but it didn't do that well.
Get onto a new stage, or maybe take a break, then get back on the video game stage. But sit down, you fucking whore. Well, I'm just a fan. I can have...
Oh my God. He reminds me of? He reminds me of a more successful version of Harmon Smith. This may become Harmon Smith in the future. Maybe Harmon Smith might peak with one of his books, And then he'll be like, oh, well, I made this famous book. Doesn't people remember?
My opinion, says Ignatz Knox. You can, but don't think I'm not going to see it and swipe you back, you stupid son of a bitch.
Oh, you can go right ahead. But guess what? You're going to get made into content like this one.
Lord,
All right, I just got a message from Wonder Red Angry Vigilante. You know what? I'll call you AVS for short. Sounds good. Anyways, do you have a favorite game on the Wii U? I do not, because I have never played a Wii U. I honestly didn't even know it was a console when it first came out. I thought it was an accessory to the Wii. So I unfortunately never played the Wii U. Now, the games that I played that were reported to the Switch, or the ones that were launched alongside the Wii U and the Switch, I would probably say Breath of the Wild.
Cohagen says, I never cared for Twisted Metal when I played in my teens, but always loved God of War, right? You know, you don't even have to love any of it. I don't give
Well, probably the reason why he didn't really love Twisted Metal was because the ones he worked on weren't that good. Now, I did enjoy Twisted Metal Black, but Twisted Metal Black and the reboot Twisted Metal, they don't hold a candle to the original Twisted Metal trilogy on the PS1.
a shit. I made shit I love and I was proud of, and for a while it connected with the public.
And then the ones that you made did not connect with the public. They did so bad, most of us don't even know who the hell they are.
And it stopped connecting with the public. We move on. Who's raising these people? Who's raising Ignatz Knots?
Who raised you? You're the one that's freaking out over some dumb, ridiculous shit. Just ignore them.
Knox. Fucking younger generation terrified of fucking failure. God, who raised these people?
Who raised
I
you?
never want anyone to view me in a negative light, so I'll just stay in my shell.
Isn't that what you're doing? You're the one that's freaking out and everything over someone sitting here criticizing you, and you're getting all butthurt because Cory Barlog wants to get more credit. Guess what? He stayed with God of War. He did the God of War 3. I believe he did Ascensions. He worked on the Norse ones. You didn't do that.
I'll be an anonymous person online, and I'll throw rocks from the cheap seats.
Oh my God. My guy, you need a damn binky. I swear. Okay, I'm done with this guy. He's pissing me off. So I am done with him. We are going to move on because we got a lot of salt content. When I mean a lot, I mean a lot. We got a lot. Yep. We have a lot of salt content. I literally
10 months by December 31st sold.
I literally have 15 videos ready to go. And yes, the next one is good old player essence. But before we get into it, let's check back in on the comments. Alrighty. Because I would like to know what is going on with this guy. Because you guys may know more about this David Jaffe fucker than I do. Alrighty. Random, I know, but The Messenger is a great game. I'll take your word on it, don't know who it is. Is that the God of War dude? Yes, it is. Oh, it's the God of War dude. See, you guys know who he is. Woo, meltdown time, exactly. Jaffe cake, yep. Yes, Jaffe something. LOL. Oh, there we go. Oh, God is the... See, you guys know more about him than I do. I have no idea who you are. I don't know what to say to this meltdown. It already sounds like he thinks he is the reason games exist. Yeah, he is. See, the thing is, if PlayStation didn't have him create, they would have had someone else created it. He can sit here and take credit for the God of War, but he's not the one that created Kratos. Of course, skill Jaffe issues. Also, that is BS. Without Kratos, won't be a God of War as much as you are a concept art, Jaffe. Exactly. People are making fun of me. Better go look for the trolls online and get mad and do a video about it. Exactly. It would be one thing if they were lying, you know, spreading misinformation, actually slandering his name or something, but they weren't. And yet there hasn't been anything Twisted Metal release other than the streaming show. Your point, Jaffe? Exactly. Such a way with words. Bless him. I know, right? Oh, this guy had a meltdown with the direction they took Kratos' character from the Norse games. I bet he did, because he didn't have anything to do with it. Honestly, this guy in the video sounds like he is the main character of Twisted Metal, a clown, exactly. But I actually like Sweet Tooth. Sweet Tooth was legit, but he didn't create Sweet Tooth. Ah, yes, lots of curse words to really drive the point that he is so mad, exactly. What the F is this guy? Well, that is David Jaffe. Now I call cap. Be fair, I did enjoy some of the Greek arc of God of War, but Norse I did like a little more. I understand. I did love Ragnarok. I did not like the reboot that much, but story-wise, no, I did not really enjoy the story. I thought the Greek story was better. Now, when it came to the combat, exploration, the side content, all that, yes, absolutely, it was better. Story-wise, I prefer the Greek saga stories more. Damn, the guy's a moron. Yeah, he is. Brilliant people. They just ignore them. It's not hard. PS1 to 3 eras is the best for PlayStation. That is factual. Angry Vigilante. Oh, yeah, I read that one. You found Nintendo Prime, long lost twin. No, I think that's Harmon Smith's long lost twin. If we're being honest, they're gamer lunar. Sometime it's time to get off the damn social media. Oh, it's just time for him to retire, is what it is. Harmon always does go, I made good books, so yeah, I can see that. Exactly. Considering the contents of Harmon's books, don't count on it. That's true. Ha ha ha. He just doesn't know he peaked. Very true. Is this Harmon Smith's dad? That's what I'm thinking. Oh, okay. Wii U was and still is amazing. Smash 4 and Mario Kart 8 all day. There you go. Harmon Smith's last 2 videos were so offensive that he needs mental help. Yep. I don't know if he peaked or not. If they didn't even get back for other games, then maybe he didn't do well in the first place, probably. Ah, yes, deflection. Very true. There was 5 Twisted Metal PS1 releases. Okay, 1 through 4. I thought there would have been a 4, but I couldn't remember. And Small Brawl, which was more kid-friendly and released around the same time as Black. Really. They tried to make a more kid-friendly Twisted Metal. I can see why most of us have never probably heard of it. I swear, Jaffe is a grown man child. That's an understatement. Yet he has a big ego. Very true. The lack of emotional regulation with these people these days is ridiculous. Oh my God, this clown. Exactly. Sorry I'm late. What did I miss, Vigilante? Way too much, C-Stars Piplup. Just me. If someone want the smoke from me, they will get the fire they can't handle. Exactly. David jacked me from the sounds of it. True. Essence, the silicone. Yep, that's who we're doing next. He's one. Yep. I was mad on Ragnarok. Reboot was fine by me. I understand. There, Coffee Don. Exactly, DBZ Nation. All righty, let's get into one of my favorite people to react to, good old Player Essence.
Yeah. So Switch 1 in 10 months by December 31st sold 14.86 million. Switch 2 in 7 months, same as December 31st, probably sold around 15 to 17 million units with a 35% drop in the US from November to December. I don't get the, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It still outsold the Switch 1 and it was on the market for less than the Switch 1. And on top of that, once again, it's still, Switch 1 had a brand new 3D Zelda.
Well, when we're talking about why it didn't sell that well, we're just speaking about the month of November. We're not adding up all the sales. You know exactly what we're doing. What you're trying to do is you're damage controlling, trying to push there. Oh, well, we need to add all global sales, all sales leading up to that. You don't want to just isolate November like we're all doing, because November is a very important day or a very important month.
The brand new 3D Mario as well, and the Switch 2 did not have a brand new 3D Mario or a brand new 3D Zelda. They're probably going to get a brand new Mario this year, and they're probably going to get a brand new Pokemon.
Were you guys all saying that they weren't going to get a brand new 3D Mario this year because they just got done working on the Donkey Kong game, and now you guys are all trying to say, oh, we're going to get one? Man, the switch up is real.
On Gen 10 Pokemon this year as well. So I see
you don't even know if we're getting the Gen 10 Pokemon just yet. That's just rumored or leaked.
Sales being up year on year for November and December this upcoming year if they launch back to back with 3D Mario. And
of course, they could also drop the price down to $300 and give you a free damn 3D Mario game bundled in with it. That's going to jack up the sales too. I mean, anything could be possible. We can do this what if all damn day long.
And Pokemon.
I'm so lucky that I never played Fire Emblem on GameCube. Now I got something new to play.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought
I'm still not getting that NSO. Forget that. Nope, not worth it.
Everyone reporting on these lower numbers, including your friends like Spawnwave, Dreamcast, were grifters. I never said Spawncast and Dreamcast Sky were grifters. So no, I never. Let's
see if I can find that one. Oh, damn it. It's not on the screen. He must be behind on the comments. Damn it. I was hoping I could read that one. But no, well, like I'm pretty certain that guy probably heard me say something. No, he never said that they were grifters, but he's sitting here talking about the people that were talking about the sales were grifters, and I included his homies because they all sat here and talked about that. But of course, he's gonna move the goalpost for his own homies.
Said that. So no, you made that up. You have anything factually that I said about it? Go ahead.
Well, you said the people that were commenting about the low November sales and everything, you were calling us grifters, which your homies did too.
Pascal posted on Blue Sky that numbers haven't even been published yet. Yeah, that's what I said. We don't have all the December numbers yet. Christopher Dring jumped the gun a little bit for clickbait. We don't have the full December numbers yet. But like I said,
because that wasn't about the month of December. That was talking about the holiday for November. You guys are the ones that are including the month of December, or trying to, because you know it's going to be better.
Nintendo's going to announce the numbers in February. So Nintendo's going to announce the numbers in February. So when we get the numbers in February, and when I'm right, I hope you'll admit that I'm right, Rule of Three, because I said it's going to be 15 to...
Oh my God, this guy, he needs people to come in and tell him that he's right. I do not know why. Here, hold on real quick. Let me see if I can fix this, because this is going to drive me crazy. Let's go. I need to fix something, because like I said, it's going to drive me crazy. Where is it? Nope. Okay, so there we go. That's why you guys can't see it very well. Ugh. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Let's get back to it.
17 million, and that's where it sold. It sold around 15 to 17 million units in the first 6-7 months. That's what I
Congratulations. Oh, there we go. I can see it so much better on my phone now. Good job.
said it was going to sell, and that's what they're going to announce in February. So yeah. I said people that were lying about the Switch 2 sales. So, for example, people that were saying that it's not selling and then it sold 10 million, those people are grifters.
Which he's talking about Nintendo, which technically Nintendo didn't say nobody was, or that it wasn't selling. He acknowledged that it sold so many. He acknowledged that people in Japan were also buying it. He was referring to that the hype was dying down. You guys just got triggered over a thumbnail and a title is what it was.
Know the difference, right? So if you say this system's not selling, nobody's buying this system, nobody's buying it, and then it sells 10 million units, that would be a grifter. You are a grifter if you do that.
I mean, do you have any proof to back up any of that? Do you have any proof that people were actually doing that? You always love to throw these terms out there because we all know you're talking about me and you're talking about Nintendo, but you never want to produce any facts to back it up.
Not if you say, oh, well, it had a little bit of a slower holiday based off of what we know. That's not grifting. What's grifting is saying that nobody's buying the system and then it sells.
To my knowledge, nobody said that it wasn't buying. We said that the demand wasn't there, that there were less people buying it. We were not saying that absolutely no person buy it. You will never find a clip of me or Nintendo saying that absolutely nobody bought it, because that would be completely asinine. Literally, Nintendo could jack the Switch 2 up to $2,000, and I guarantee you there will be someone that would still buy it.
15 to 17 million units. That's grifting. That would be a grifter. Yeah. I said it would sell well. You were right about that. Again, it's about it's not about immediate success. Yeah, and like I said, we'll see how it sells once the new 3D Mario and once Pokemon and once all the bigger games come out as well, because it sold.
Wait a minute. You were sitting here talking about how amazing the launch lineup was. You were saying that the launch lineup was like at the peak, that it was better than the other ones, even better than the Switch that had that amazing Breath of the Wild. Now you're saying, oh, well, let's just wait until he gets the big ones. Come on, my guy. Stop switching it up.
More than the Switch 1, and that had Legend of Zelda, and that had 3D Mario, and that was on sale for 10 months. And it outsold it in the first 7 months to 10 months. Switch 2 outsold the Switch 1 from what we know.
Okay, none of us are saying that it didn't. We're saying that it sold less in the month of November than what the Switch 1 did. That's what we're saying, because the facts have come out. You're trying to twist what we're saying. You're moving the goalpost.
It did better than the Switch 1. And once again, that had a brand new Legend of Zelda game, all-time great, and an all-time great Mario game. Switch 2 hasn't gotten a 3D Zelda or a 3D Mario. So I think I don't think you believe that games sell systems. I think you just believe that systems.
No, what you're doing is you're moving the goalposts. I'm pretty certain that rule of three, I have no idea who the guy is, but I'm pretty certain he knows that games sell systems. He's just pointing out what the rest of us are talking about. Maybe he doesn't exactly know why we're saying that it didn't sell and he's getting confused, which is okay. Player Essence is very good at confusing people. But what we're saying when it comes, we're talking about the month of November. We're not talking about the whole time since the launch. We're just specifically talking about the month of November.
Just sell for whatever reason.
I'm guessing I got a
think that's what you
subscriber.
believe, which there are people who have that thought process. Shout outs to Jay Will. Thank you for that. But my thought
Yep. Thank you so much, Michelle Brock, for subscribing. I appreciate it.
process is games sell systems. So when bigger games come out, more systems will sell. But I think you just think systems just sell based off of, I don't know, hope and dreams, or just.
Now, well, I think the only people that think that is probably Xbox. I know that's cheap. I can't help it. Xbox put himself in that situation.
Based off of anything, I'm not sure what you think sells systems. I don't know what your logic is outside of you watch grifter videos. So yeah. Let's see. Those bigger games outside of Pokemon also came out on Wii U. No, that's not true. We haven't gotten a big new 3D Zelda. We haven't gotten a big new 3D Mario. We haven't gotten.
I mean, you got Mario Kart 8. You got a 2D Mario game. You got the Mario Kart 3D Land. I mean, so you guys did have some big games. That's why they did significantly better over on the Switch 1.
A big new Gen 10 Pokemon. We haven't gotten a big new Mario Party. We haven't gotten
I mean, yeah, they didn't get no big gen Pokemon game for the Wii U because the consoles never got those big Pokemon games. They generally got the spinoffs. Yeah, you had Gale of Darkness and the Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon Coliseums, but I don't think that they sold nearly as many as the mainline Pokemon games did.
a big new 2D Mario game. We haven't gotten a big new what's it called, Animal Crossing game. We haven't gotten a big new Splatoon game. So we still need some of the biggest system drivers that sold the Switch 1. We still need those on Switch 2. So no, that's
it wasn't just the games that sold that console. You do understand that it was also the price point also.
that's false. And then if you're talking about those bigger games came out on for the Wii.
Oh, what's wrong with the Gaming Rift? How's it going, man? Oh boy, this guy again. He's your favorite Gaming Rift. When are you going to start reacting to him? He's trying to get your guys' attention with that latest video that he dropped the other day about the Steam Deck.
They did it. We did not get a brand new big concept in terms of a Mario game. Super Mario 3D World, that was an extension of 3D Land. We did not get.
It's still new. You can try to claim it was an extension all you want, still new.
A Fire Emblem game. We did not get a brand new Animal Crossing game. We did not get a lot of those games. And a brand new 3D Zelda didn't come out until all the way at the end. It was a dual launch with the Nintendo Switch 1. So, like I said,
they still got it. But you know what? Nintendo did the right thing. They sat here and said, no, we're done with the, restreams? What does that mean? Oh, I am using restreams because I'm actually live streaming to 2 different channels blast at once right now. I'm live streaming to my old channel because I'm going to start doing some stuff on that one too. I need to get that monetized again. So pretty much with my live streams, I've been cutting up the videos into their own separate ones, but I'm going to start putting those onto my other ones. But I need restreams to be able to live stream at the same time to both of my channels.
yeah, you don't know what you're talking about, rule of 3. But I appreciate you coming through. It's good to have a difference of opinion, but you don't know more than me. Trust me.
I mean, there's a lot of people that know more than you. You think you know more than other people, but most of the time you don't.
I know the Wii U in and out. You were in grades. I think you said you were like in what, 9th grade or something like that. You were like a kid, right, when the Wii U was out. So you don't remember all this. Trust me. The Wii U did not get brand new big Animal Crossing. It did not get a brand new big Pokemon. You said.
Well, Animal Crossing, I could be wrong, but I don't think Animal Crossing was really big until the Switch, wasn't it? When the one came out for the Switch, isn't that what put Animal Crossing into the mainstream at that point?
That it did not get a big 3D Zelda until the very end, and it was already over. The system had already flopped. It didn't get all that. It didn't get a Fire Emblem game. It didn't get stuff like Pokopia. It didn't get.
Pokopia? Really? You're trying to sit here and Pokopia? That's what you're trying to do?
A large majority. It didn't get a game like Donkey Kong Bonanza did not get a 3D Donkey Kong game. They got a 2D Donkey Kong game. Didn't get a 3D one. So no, that's not true.
I mean, neither did the Wii. The Wii didn't get a 3D Donkey Kong. Literally, the Switch didn't get a 3D Donkey Kong. The GameCube didn't get a 3D Donkey Kong. So what's your point? That was a terrible thing to bring up, to try to sit here and be like, oh, this is why the Wii U didn't do so well. The Switch 2 was the first 3D Donkey Kong since the N64.
So yeah. Good evening, LJ. How's your holiday? My holiday was good. Switch 1 had the biggest system seller ever in the first year, in Xenoblade 2. Xenoblade 2, biggest system seller. There you go. People like Destin said that there are other sources for US sales for data consoles. I cannot figure out where besides Circana. There are not other sources outside of people just telling you, him just using inside sources, like the same sources that I might have, retailer sources, just trying to piece together things. But Christopher Drink admitted that he doesn't have all the sales data. Yes.
And so far, the only sales data you're talking about was for the month of December. But why would he?
So he admitted that. I told PS Gamers Sony released more controller variants in 2025 than they did release first-party exclusives, and they weren't happy about me saying that. Of course they weren't. Let's see here. Switch 1, the bigger systems sell off a mix of games and luck of current time. Switch 2 is already failing in terms of luck due to how expensive everything is. Failing in terms of luck due to, yeah, but once again, that's now. We need to see. We don't know how it's going to be 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 4 years from now.
You're right. It could be even worse. It could be better. None of us are going to know. I mean, anybody could say that. All you're doing is that's just a pure deflection tactic to deflect the criticism. Anybody can say that. An Xbox person can be like, oh, well, we don't know what's going to happen in 2 to 3 or 4 years. It could recover. Oh, we got Nintendo Prime. How is it going there? Hi. Not sticking around. Just wanted to say thanks on behalf of my son. He's eyeballing the future game. Sorry. Let me, it's hard for me to, there you go. Hi, not sticking around. Just wanted to say thanks on behalf of my son. He's eyeballing a future game right now. There you go, man. Hey, I'm telling you, Prime, tell your son to look at Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. That game is phenomenal. And what kid doesn't like Marvel?
You're very reactionary, and you do things based off of what happened yesterday. I look at things from projection over the course of a generation because I'm older than you, I'm more knowledgeable than you, and
I mean, anybody's going to do that to deflect criticism there. But when you're a fact-based news channel, you can't base it off like that. You actually have to look at what's going on now. That's what being a news reporter is supposed to be. You don't report on stuff as a maybe in the future what could happen. You're supposed to report on stuff now. And you have no problem reporting on stuff now when it makes Nintendo look good.
Study these generations, and I've covered these generations for a decade plus. So I know that generations aren't built off of what's happening just this year. It's built off of years of games coming out. So yeah, I think what you're just saying, like I said, you just watch Grifter videos. But once again, it's nice to have a difference of opinion, but your opinion is incorrect.